Hi there, welcome back to day 11 of the 12 days of JavaScript. So we're almost at the end now, and today we've actually got quite a fun one. If you've heard of two-sum as I think it's quite a popular LeetCode code problem, we'll be solving a two-sum pairs, which is slightly different, but yeah, really good to practice. And this one, in sort of my implementation, has some nested for loops, so that's always good to understand firstly, and then obviously go about solving this problem as efficiently as possible. So here's the problem statement, and you can grab this from the GitHub repository below for day 11. So I'll have the problem, and then there will also be a file for the solution as well, which I'll be going through. And yeah, if you do want to give it a go, pause the video and try to solve this yourself. As you can see here, we've got the expected outputs. So there's no tests or anything, it's just expected outputs based on the input array here and then a target number. So I'll be going through my solution now, and as always, if you do have a better solution or even sort of optimized, let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to see that. And I'm sort of relatively new to going through these perhaps more simple algorithms, so certainly like two-sum and some other ones, I'm sure there's better ways of solving them. And obviously just many ways to do sort of the same thing. But anyway, I'll go through my solution now for this. So we want to write a function called two-sum pairs, which takes in numbers and then a target. So the numbers is an array of numbers and the target is just a single number. The function should return a 2D array containing all unique pairs of elements that sum to the target. So if we take this, for example, we've got an array here, and then the second argument is 8, and we want to add up all the individual number pairs within this array that add up to 8. So for example, 1 and 7, 2 and 6, and 3 and 5. Doesn't matter obviously what order they're in. It could be 7 and 1, for example. We just want to know the pairs, the unique pairs. So if there obviously aren't any, we just return an empty array here as well. So I think that gives us all the context we need to get started. So to begin with, we'll just create that array. So const pair array, and we'll set that equal to an empty array. And just down here, I'm going to return that pair array. So that's currently empty. But what we want to do is actually go through the array there, so the numbers array. And we actually want to kind of go through it twice. We want to go through the first time, checking, let's say, one value, and then we want to check it against the rest of the other values here. Then we want to do the same for 4. Does 4 plus 7 equal 8, which it doesn't, and then 4 plus 1, 4 plus 6, so on. And then let's say we would go to 1, so we do 1 plus 7, that does equal 8, so we will push those two numbers as a new array or subarray to the pair array here, and that's what we'll be returning. And that's how we got this first one. And we would just go through and iterate like that, basically. So for that, we're going to do a for loop to begin with. So let I equals 0, whilst I is less than numbers. Numbers dot length. We'll do I plus plus. And if I, just got a spelling mistake there. If I log this out, console.log numbers at position I, and we need that to be numbers. I'm just going to run this, and we'll see here, just as an example, on the very last iteration, we've got 3, 9, and 8. So that's what we're looping through. So within that, we also then want to loop through the 9 and 8 just within this last array here. So we're on 3 index, and we want to then also within that loop through 9 and 8 to check if either of those 3 and 9 and 3 and 8 add up to 10. Otherwise, we'll continue on. So then we'll go to 9 and check that as well. So we want to do another for loop here. So we can do let j equal, let's do I plus 1. So what this will do is it will then go to 9, so the next index within the array, and obviously it won't cover itself as well. So hopefully this will make sense as I go through, and I'll just log out the example. But whilst j is less than numbers dot length, we'll do j plus plus. And now if I console.log numbers at position I, and also numbers at position j, and get rid of this log up here, we can see there we're getting the pairs. So we're getting 3 and 9, 3 and 8, 9 and 8. And that's all the sort of the pairs between those three numbers. So as you can see here, all we want to do is just check if these two add up to the target, and if they do, we're just pushing that in a new array. So we need an if statement, and actually I can grab this, so I can grab these two. So if I do that, and instead of just logging them out, we want to add them, and if them together triple equals the target number, that's when we want to push. So we're going to do pair arr dot push, and I'm going to grab these again, and what we want to do is have a new array, and then within there add in numbers at position I and numbers at position j, just comma delimited. So if I now clear the console, and I'm just going to comment out all of these other logs just so we can focus on the one for now, and run that, we can see here we are getting 7 and 1, 6 and 2, and 3 and 5, which is exactly what we're looking for. As I said, the order of the pairs doesn't matter within the output array. It's just that these are pairs, that, and they all individually, as in the arrays, add up to the target, which in this case is 8. So 7 and 1 is 8, 6 and 2, and 3 and 5. So yeah, I think that solves this problem. If I just take off the final log and just check over the others, just checking that, yeah, 2 and 6, 3 and 5 for 8. Then we're looking for, where is it? 12, so yeah, 10 and 2, 7 and 5, 3 and 8 is just 3 and 8, 4, 11, and an empty array. So that looks pretty good to me. And I think, yeah, that's one way how to solve this. It probably isn't the most efficient because we're looping through twice, as you can see here. So yeah, I'd be interested to know if you do find a better way to solve this problem, but this is my implementation. So yeah, I hope it was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the final video tomorrow.